What's going on, everybody? So in this video I will be doing a full rundown on my Sx500. If I leave something out, then just comment and I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. If I'm not working on a bike, I'm either working or I have the kids, so that'll be the only time I'm not on YouTube. Any other time, I'm watching videos all day. So the first thing I'm gonna start with are the brakes, because the brakes can be a little confusing trying to get the calipers and everything to set right. So I'm gonna show you what I did, because I had to go to AutoZone to get some bolts and nuts. As you can see, at top and bottom, I'm not sure what size, but top and bottom I had to go get some bolts that were about that long maybe. And what I did was I put a nut and 2 washers in the front of the brake mount, and then I added, I'm trying to get over here, I added another washer in between the mount and the brake. So I did that for the top and bottom, as you can see right there. You'll see the nut, or the bolt sticking out just a little bit, but it's not to the point where it's gonna stop me from doing anything. It's not stopping the tire, so I just kept it at that. So it's pretty much my own way of getting these to stay on there, and it worked like a charm. I haven't changed anything on this bike. I have not changed anything on this bike since I first built it, which was like 10, almost 11 months ago. Believe it or not, I'm serious. I have not. The only thing I've probably changed were the pads on the rear. That were it. Rotors are still strong and everything. Now the back was a little confusing. It took me about an hour to do and figure out. This swing arm, I'm gonna put a link in the description for all of these parts. This swing arm came with a mount to put your brakes on there. So there was like a little gash like that, the bottom of the E that was at the top, and I kind of drilled a bigger hole. And what I did was I stuck the bolt in there. So you see right there. Let me try to get it. Yep, I stuck it in there. But I added 2 washers between that and the mount, between the brake and the mount, and I added one in the inside. Let me just try to keep it up like that. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this right, but I can show you better than I can tell you. And you can see right there, it's sticking out just a little bit, but I haven't, kind of grind that off. It's not touching my brakes or anything, or the rotor, so I just stuck to it. Now, you might say this is weird, but like I said, most of these parts on my bike are rigged. This part right here in the back doesn't have a bolt sticking in there or anything, because I couldn't figure out how to get it to mount on this side or anything, like to this one. So when I first started welding, I tried to weld this to the mount, but it broke off. And eventually I just tightened this so hard to the point where I don't need this at all. So I could just break this off right now if I want to. I don't need it at all, because this will not move no matter how much force I put on it. And I just stuck to that because it worked for me. Now as far as the wheels, I got those off Amazon. The shock I got off Amazon. These are a 17 and 14. I had my 1412 on there, but for some reason I just cannot wheelie with the 1412s. Like, I can only get down on the 1714. It's really not supposed to be on this bike, because as you can see right there, you got tire marks, but the tire marks don't bother me anymore. I pretty much know how to wheelie now. I'm not a professional, but I'm trying to get there. It kind of stretches the motor out having a 14 rear on there, but some people say just go to a 90T rear. which I might end up doing some other time. But now that I got this new project that I'm working on, I'm gonna show you guys later on. Now that I have that project, I kind of just been, you know, taking my time with that, and I've been laying off on my other bikes. The rotors and everything I got from Amazon. Like this whole bike is pretty much Amazon except the system, and the battery. So the pegs were the hardest to get on there because I had to find my own pieces, and when I very first started welding, I kind of had to, you know, do some welding on that part. But you know, it looks a little crappy right now, but I'll end up fixing it later on. These are my Sx500 Razor plastics still. I never changed any of that. I love the plastics. The seat does not bother me at all. It's still comfortable to me. T8F chain I got from Amazon as well. My sprocket is a custom made sprocket from I believe it was electricscooterparts.com. I'll put a link for that down below. What's next? Okay, let me go under the bottom right quick. If you wonder why the hole is there, when I first started building this, my batteries were hot, so I thought that airflow would be a good idea. I'm not sure if people do that or not, but I thought it was a good idea. But I ended up finding out that the reason why my system kept, you know, kind of powering down just a little bit after probably about 30-40 minutes of riding is because my tires were too big for this, you know, the system. I guess it was getting hot so fast, so the system just powered down. The system still worked and everything, but I just don't be out long. I mean, I'll probably get about an hour on this bike with the big tires on there. I like these tires, so I don't really need to be out on this bike all day, because I'm in an area where I don't really have nobody to ride with. So just going outside for a little bit wheeling is good with me until I find somebody to ride with. So I'm gonna go underneath the bike. What I had to do with the body to get the battery and the controller to fit in here was I had to cut the body open some more at the top, so, you know, the wires wouldn't get cut up by the body. And I used a strap for the controller because I didn't have any zip ties, and I felt like the strap was okay, so because it wouldn't melt whenever the controller got hot. So that's underneath here, and you can see I got the motor wire running from there all the way right here. So that pretty much wasn't the hard part at all. The forks, I had to watch a video on YouTube. I think his name was Mike Bike Hikes. I watched him when I very first started trying to build this bike. I needed to know more about the forks, so I watched his video, and it was a great video. I loved it because my forks are still on this bike strong. They're not, you know, I have not had to change any oil in the bikes or anything like the forks. And the only reason why is because, like I said, I don't really go all crazy on this bike because I don't really have nobody to ride with or go crazy with. It's just me, so I just wheelie the bike and I bring it in the house. Everyday stuff. Now the brakes, front and rear, I got from Amazon as well. No, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I really have on this bike, man. I think that's all I have on this bike. Now, to get the swing arm on here, and I'm gonna go over that. I'm sure most of you already know, to get that on there, you pretty much have to drill some holes in the frame in order to get it lined up right. This one is not really lined up right, but like I said, 10 months ago, and this bike is still running strong. Now the two plastics and everything, Amazon as well. Like I said, if I left anything out, then just comment, and I'll definitely let you know how to do it. cause this whole build is it's not hard at all, man. It's really easy. It's a minor thing. A child could really do this. To get these wheels on and to line it up right, I had to use my spacers that I had when I bought an axle for another bike, but I ended up using the axle and the extra pieces that I got from like Home Depot to line it up right. As you can see, it's lined up just the way I want it. I am thinking about going bigger system, like, you know, motor wise, because I mean this motor is fine, like it actually does the job with wheeling, but I kind of want something more powerful. But yeah, I think that's it for this build. I mean, if you have any questions, just comment below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I'm gonna put a link for all the parts that I have on this bike down in the description, and I'm gonna be showing you guys my new project that I've been working on real soon, so just stay tuned for that, and I hope everybody have a great day.